welcome each one of you as concerned citizens of this proud homeland. As we gather here to reiterate our courage and faith, I congratulate each one of us for making it possible to come here and show to the world what Nagas and who Nagas are. A Christian martyr once said, "If I die, I want to be remembered for courage and my faith." As we expect more friends to join us, however, given the scheduled time, we shall now proceed with the formal proceedings of this mass rally. So, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. God promises to be with us, and our God is both a promise maker and a promise keeper. This mass rally is organized by the Naga Students Federation against the imposition of the revised Vande Mataram, which we believe that it is against the secular principle of India, and it isolates the unique identity of the Naga people. And therefore, this morning we are gathered here at All MLA Hostel Junction, Kohima, dated the 16th of March 2026. Order of program. Chairperson, myself, Ano Vimiekovito, the Vice President NSF. Reading of the word and invocation. Reverend Dr. Rokovilla Sacha, President Kohima Baptist Pastors Fellowship. Presidential address, Ano Mtaisading, President NSF. Healing of our spirit, Eli Arenchenla Walling. Short speech, Ano Ningolokrome, Secretary General, NPMHR. Reverend Dr. Vevo Pesao, Vice President, Nagaland Joint Christian Forum. Reverend Vangpong Pom, Advisor, NCRC. Ano Jonas Yantan, President, Catholic Association of Nagaland. Reading of Memorandum, Ano Kenilo Kient, General Secretary, NSF, to be followed by procession to Lok Bhavan to formally submit the Memorandum of the Naga people to the President of India through the Governor of Nagaland, after which we shall have a concluding remark out there at the designated area outside Lok Bhavan. And therefore, although we may be a fewer numbers at the moment, I want to convey to all the viewers and all of us who are gathered here that these numbers should be a symbolic protest, and it should send a message loud and clear to the government of India that Nagas want what needs to be ours and the rights we deserve.
Today, we are gathered here as a custodian of the history. A conscience and a collective dignity that has endured through generations of our struggles. This gathering stands a solemn declaration that the identity and the beliefs of the Naga people cannot be dictated by administrative directive, nor dilute by imposed symbols. The issue before us today arises from a notification by the Ministry of Home Affairs on 28 January 2026, mandating the playing and compulsory observing of the national song Vande Mataram during the official functions and in educational institutions. Let me state with absolute clarity today, the Naga people bear no hostility towards any nation or the symbol or the patriotic national song of any country. Indeed, Naga people have respected all the nations, the national song, the anthem, the symbol of the nations. Naga people respect and we have lived in peaceful coexistence with all the communities, with all the religion, with all the race. Across the valley, across the Naga hills, there are churches, there are temples, there are mosque, but Naga people have never disrupted any religion, but Naga Student Federation have always kept them with a big heart and with a generous heart. Today, I want the young and old to understand why the Naga Student Federation is taking forward this issue and matter to the government of India. We are here not to judge any individuals or communities on the basis of religion, race, or gender. However, the imposition of the revised Vande Mataram presents a fundamental issue of our conscience. Therefore, the Naga people have to come forward. It is not only the movement of the Naga Student Federation, but it is a movement of the entire Naga people across the Naga homeland. Today, let me tell you, this protest, this rally is not only happening in Kohima, all MLA Junction alone. But let me tell you, this demonstration is happening in the entire Naga homeland by our units, our subordinate body, and the churches in the Naga homeland. As the chairperson have stated, today we should not waver our stand from where we are. We are here to show unity. We are here to stand for the rights, for the faith of what we believe. And we are here to show the government of India very clear that the imposition of the Vande Mataram cannot be imposed on the Naga people. Let me remind you, in a democratic country, the will of people is supreme and the ultimate law. If I have to refer, let me also tell you about the International Declaration of Law. Article 18 of the Universal Declarations of Human Rights clearly reaffirms that every individual has the right to freedom of thoughts, conscience, and religions. That includes the freedom manifests one belief or to refrain from practice that violates our beliefs. And similarly, the Article 27 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights guarantees that ethnic, religious, and linguistic minorities shall not be denied the right to enjoy their own culture and practice their own beliefs that have already clearly given to the people by the international communities. Today, the Indian government suppressed the Naga people by imposing this Vande Mataram. Let me cite you an example. The recent visit of the Vice President of India to Nagaland University, where under the directive of the Naga Student Federation, the Nagaland University Students Union, they remained seated when this Vande Mataram was being played during the program. This shows that we are clearly against the imposition of the Vande Mataram. And I was also informed that the Vice President, on his opening remarks speech, he stated that it would be good if we respect each other's culture. But let me tell you very clearly, when the government of India, the mighty government of India, cannot respect the culture, the sanctity of the Naga people, then how can they expect the same respect that they are urging for from the Naga people? I think we have to make ourselves very clear on this. Today, the Naga people are not asking for privileges. In fact, we are exercising the right that are already inserted, enacted, and enshrined in the international law. Let me tell you again, Naga people are not asking for privileges. Naga people, we are exercising the rights that is already inserted, enacted, and enshrined in the international law. The Indian government cannot impose the revised Vande Mataram on the Naga people. If we have to see who is the composer, we have the highest respect for the composer of the song Vande Mataram by Mr. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. His intention may be secular when he composed this very poem, or we consider this as a national song. But let me tell you, some of the religious fundamentalist intention to idolize the song with religious means in the national song is unacceptable. I think we have to be very clear with what we are standing here for. Their intention to impose their goddess on us is arbitrary in a democratic and a secular nation and a society. Today, the Naga people are very clear of what we are sounding to the government of India. Let it be known that the Naga people have a very big heart. And let me also cite one incident where one of the vested interest person who have condemned, who have intentionally dragged the name of the Naga Student Federation and tarnished the name of Naga people in the social media as well as the print media. I don't feel important to be mentioning his name in this particular rally, but that particular stupid man, I don't know how far does he knows about the history of the Naga people. He have mentioned that Naga people are right to the Delhi. He was trying to threaten the Naga people by misinterpreting the history of the Naga people, by quoting and stating that Naga people are a few community where the mighty India can suppress the Naga people. But let it be known today to that particular person and the India government that Naga people are not a stranger to intimations. For decades, our homeland, the Naga homeland, have witnessed overwhelming military presence. Generations have grown up under the shadow of armed camp, checkpoints, and surveillances. Yet, despite this, the consciousness of the Naga people have not erased but stand united.
Chairperson, Vimeye Kovitso, Vice President NSF. In order to save time, I will refrain from addressing the esteemed presence of all our dignitaries, leaders, and conscience keepers gathered here today. In defense of the collective conscience, beliefs, faith, and the traditional practices of all people across all cultural hemispheres, we shall be resonating the collective resentment and appeal to Her Excellency, the Honorable President of India, for which I invoke the kind attention and patient hearing of all conscience keepers gathered here today. As I read out the following memorandum, to Her Excellency, the Honorable President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu, Rashtrapati Bhavan, New Delhi, through His Excellency, the Governor of Nagaland. Subject: representation against the imposition of the Indian national song, Vande Mataram, in the Naga homeland. Your Excellency, we the undersigned, on behalf of the collective conscience, identity, and sentiments of the Naga people, respectfully submit this memorandum expressing our strongest opposition to the recent directive issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs mandating the playing or singing of the Indian national song Vande Mataram during official functions and directing its compulsory observance within educational institutions. At the outset, we wish to state that the Naga people harbor no hostility towards the national symbols, songs, or cultural expressions of any nation or community. The Nagas have historically respected the traditions and patriotic sentiments of all peoples. However, the imposition of any cultural or symbolic expression upon the conscience of a people, particularly one with religious and devotional connotations, raises serious concerns regarding fundamental freedoms and internationally recognized rights. The revised Vande Mataram contains devotional imagery associated with the worship of a particular deity for communities such as the Nagas, whose cultural and religious traditions are diverse and whose society places immense importance on freedom of conscience. The compulsory singing or observance of such a composition is viewed as an infringement upon deeply held beliefs and cultural sensitivities. The Naga homeland has historically been a land of peaceful coexistence where individuals of different religions, cultures, and backgrounds live with mutual respect across Naga areas. Temples, mosques, churches, and other places of worship function freely and peacefully under the hospitality of the Naga people. This environment of harmony has been sustained not through coercion, but through voluntary respect for diversity. However, the directive that educational institutions begin the day's work with the collective singing of Vande Mataram, coupled with instructions to popularize the national song under coercion, is deeply troubling. Educational institutions must remain spaces for intellectual freedom, cultural sensitivity, and the nurturing of democratic values, not platforms for enforcing symbolic compliance or ideological uniformity. Your Excellency, beyond the democratic framework of India, we respectfully submit that the present directives raises concerns under several international conventions and legal instruments to which India is a signatory or participant. Article 18 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights clearly affirms the right of every individual to freedom of thought, conscience, and religion. This includes the freedom to manifest one's belief or to refrain from practices that violate that belief. Similarly, Article 18 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, to which India is a state party, reaffirms that no person shall be subject to coercion that would impair his or her freedom to have or adopt a religion or belief of choice. Furthermore, Article 27 of the same Covenant explicitly guarantees that ethnic, religious, and linguistic minorities shall not be denied the right to enjoy their own culture or to practice their own religion. Any directive that compels communities to participate in symbolic or devotional expressions inconsistent with their beliefs may be interpreted as inconsistent with this international obligation. In addition, the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples recognizes the rights of indigenous peoples to maintain and strengthen their distinct cultural institutions, traditions, and beliefs without external imposition or assimilationist pressure. The Naga people are recognized as an indigenous community with a distinct historical identity, political consciousness, and cultural heritage. This imposition of symbolic practices without consultation risks undermining these internationally recognized protections. Moreover, the principles contained in the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination emphasize the obligation of states to respect cultural diversity and ensure that policies do not disproportionately affect the cultural or religious identity of particular communities. Your Excellency, the Naga people possess a distinct historical and political identity shaped by decades of history, dialogue, and negotiations. Any attempt to impose symbolic practices upon the Naga homeland without consultation risks undermining the principles of democratic governance, federal sensitivity, and mutual respect that form the foundation of peaceful coexistence. The Naga Students Federation, along with thousands of concerned citizens, students, churches, and civil society organizations, has therefore organized a peaceful public rally to collectively express the concerns and sentiments of the Naga people regarding this directive. This peaceful democratic expression does not arise from hostility toward any nation or people. Rather, it is motivated by the desire to safeguard the dignity, identity, and freedom of conscience of the Naga people. In light of the above concerns, we respectfully urge Your Excellency to nullify or withdraw the directive mandating the singing or playing of Vande Mataram during official functions and within educational institutions in the Naga homeland. Ensure that no policy or directive is implemented in a manner that disregards the cultural, religious, and historical sensitivities of the Naga people. Uphold the principles of secularism, democratic consultation, and respect for diversity, which remain essential for the harmonious functioning of a pluralistic society. Hold dialogue and consultation with representatives of the Naga people before implementing measures that may affect the cultural or social fabric of the Naga homeland. Your Excellency, this memorandum represents the collective voice of the Naga people across the Naga homeland who have gathered in peaceful democratic protest to defend our identity, conscience, and dignity. We remain hopeful that the concerns expressed herein will receive your earnest consideration in the spirit of justice, democratic values, and respect for diversity. Yours faithfully, Mtai Siding Herang, President NSF, Kenilo Kent, General Secretary NSF, Dr. Ningulo Krome, Secretary General, Naga People's Movement for Human Rights, Reverend Dr. N. Papino, President, Nagaland Joint Christian Forum. Thank you, Kuknalim.